Please welcome to the Slip and Dip podcast, making Slip and Dip debut. LFA, soon to be in the future, UFC heavyweight contender, Mo Usman. Thanks for coming on, Mo.
Man, thank you guys for having me, man. It's a pleasure.
How much did winning your fight and Kamaru getting the belt increase your popularity? Because I remember during Twitter, people was like, who's that monster in Kamaru's corner? They didn't know who you were.
You know, man, I just been doing me, doing the same thing I've been doing, man. Of course now it's like everybody's like, oh man, who's his little big brother, but I just take it as it come, and just stay focused and just doing me, training every day and grinding and just staying, keeping your head down.
How big a deal is it to get to the UFC and make a name for yourself, or are you just fighting just because for the love of the mixed martial arts?
Of course, the goal is to get to the UFC. You gotta have goals. If you just want to fight, go street fight. We we got goals. And want to get to the highest level in this sport. And want to be one of the best. So that's what pushes me every day to get up and go train and push myself. The goals is the UFC and be one of the best in the world.
Do you have a timeline for yourself where you want to get there, or is it just taking it as you improve and build upon these wins?
Yeah, that's where we at, man. It's crazy when people look at you and they're like, this guy's athletic, he's big, he's this, we ready for him right now. But it's like, this ain't football. I gotta learn this. I gotta keep doing what I'm doing and keep my head down and get better at it. I wasn't good overnight playing football. I had to work hard every day, so this is the same thing. You can't just jump in here and dudes is throwing right hands and left, and hooks, and you got to know what you're doing. So I'm just loving the process and just getting better and going out there and displaying it and getting more comfortable, and I'm just excited.
Yeah. I think it's kind of crazy. Like, I watched your last fight against Frank Tate, and I was just like, man, this really is like the heavyweight Kamaru, man. Like, y'all have so many similarities, like the same like pressure style, like wrestling. Like, don't let me get on your legs because I'm gonna put you on this mat. Like, it's crazy how much I'm like, this really is like, I can see the similarities, man. It's crazy.
Man, it's crazy because it's like we're two different body types, two different builds. But I wrestled in high school. Football just was at that time. Football is your ticket. Wrestling in high school don't really give you a lot of opportunities like that football give you, so I had to take that route. But I love wrestling. It was always like my passion. So, once everything with football just kind of unfolded and I had an opportunity to kind of step into this, it just felt natural, so that's why I just keep getting better at it. And it's just like, it's second nature, I don't go out there and like if I'm gonna take you down, like anybody can go out there and knock people out, but it's the movement, the skill, it's just second nature because that's just how I know how to fight. I just don't put myself in harm's way. Of course you can fight like that too, but you want to go out there and win smart and go on to your next one.
Yeah, absolutely.
And dominate.
How do you miss the gridiron? What's your favorite memory of the gridiron?
I mean, you got different flashbacks, man. The get off, the getting, just beating that big old offensive tackle, just trashing him, getting off the edge, and hitting that quarterback. That's an ultimate feeling. That's like a win. In the octagon, in the cage. So I don't miss it, man. I'm not gonna lie. All my energy is went towards MMA, and I ain't look back. It's a different challenge that football don't possess.
Yeah.
This make you reach into your manhood.
Yeah, no doubt about that. I mean, it's kind of crazy though, because it seems like wrestling, football, like there's a lot of guys that make that transition and they have a lot of success, man. A lot of success. And then like watching like your style as well, it's like, like you kind of touched on it there. It's like mitigate that damage. I know that's something that Coach Safe tells you guys as well. Like, hey, you got to get back in there soon. Like, don't take unnecessary damage. And that's one of the things I also noticed in that last fight too, man. So I'm really impressed from what I'm seeing from you, to be honest with you. Like, it's good work.
Man, thank you, man. We trained for a long time. After my last fight, man, and I lost. And, we really took some time because it was it wasn't that I lost. You know, he ain't beat me. I lost. And, you know, give credit to him where credit is due. They came in with a good game plan, you know, for a young fighter that, you know, was green, you know. So it's like he young. He explosive, he this, but he's green. So they exposed me, and you know, and it hurt, you know, but it made me work hard, you know. And if you go back and you work even harder at correcting some of those things, you know, and not having those mind, you know, it's when you're in there, it's all about how can your mind process what's going on, you know. So if you can minimize that, you know, the issues there, you're successful all the time, because now it's like, okay, he's throwing, I can process that and react, you know. So I just had to get better there, and I feel like I've done that, and, you know, I just keep getting my hands better. I'm excited.
How much to see your brother get to the top of the pinnacle add motivation? Not that you wasn't motivated, but how much did it add to your motivation?
Man, it added a lot to my motivation, because it's like, man, it's there. you know, when you watching all these people fighting for the belt, this that, no, we did it. We walked in, we fought for the belt, we walked out. I'm touching it. I'm like, man, all you do is just go in there and win it and leave. You know, so it's like, you know, so it's like when you see it, it's so simple in the form of, man, you just got to work hard, and it's there, you know, and it's like, man, this is the belt, this is the legacy, you know. So, you know, it just really, it got me excited, man, and it just got me ready to just get back to work and keep growing.
How much do y'all talk about not even supposed to be on this stage? Like, y'all not from America, y'all not supposed to be doing this. And the fact y'all doing this and being positive role models on the big stage all at the same time.
Man, it's crazy when you think about it, and I just know that's just, it's, you know, it's a blessing. You know, we're blessed. You know, God blessed us, and He put us on a path that we're on now, you know, to better, you know, other people's futures, you know, show them a way that they probably didn't think they had, you know. And because, you know, I didn't think, you know, when you play football, you think that's all you want to do. I never thought I was going to do MMA. You know, my brother did it, so it kind of got me into it. But then when that door closed, MMA opened, you know, and it was like, it's been a blessing, you know, and I'm very blessed to just wake up every day and you know, motivate people and show people that they can do this too. You know, they can get out here and train and go fight and win. You know, and it's the same thing applies to life, man. Just work hard.
So what was that first moment? Because like you said, you know, you had the football background, and I know everybody heard, you know, Kamaru's story recently about how he got introduced to MMA. You know, watching a fight with John Jones or whatever, and then eventually, you know. So how did you? Was it Kamaru? Did he like convince you to do it, or how did that?
No, nobody convinced me to get into MMA. It was really me, you know. But his very first fight was in Nebraska, like in Kearney, where he went to school. So that's where, you know, I flew out. I was training for the draft. I flew out to Nebraska for that very, very first fight ever, you know, and that's when I kind of was like, oh man, the adrenaline rush, everything kind of flew in, and I built my love for it, you know. So now I started to watch it more, and now you start listening and seeing things and say, okay, I could do this differently, I could do this, you know. And then I just loved it. And then when football just ultimately closed, it was just like, okay, let's do this.
Okay.
I gotta ask you, do you got some CBO burning or something? We see smoke coming across the camera and stuff.
Man, yeah, I love my incense, man. I don't know, you know, my girlfriend, you know, she loves it, but it's like my incense at night, it just calms my mind. It just helps the house. It's energy, you know. You smell it and you're like, okay, the house is cool, and it just makes you relax and enjoy your sleep.
Yeah.
I didn't want them to be coming on and see our podcast and come to your door as you take that test.
Hey, listen.
Wilder things are happening.
If Nate can light up at a post-fight presser in front of everybody, I think everybody's all right.
You feel me? Like, yeah. But see, that's it. It's a different time, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's a different time in sports. It's crazy. It's like MMA is like, I'm excited for it though, because it's only going up. You know, we on ESPN now. It's only going up, man. MMA is going up like big time. So I'm very, very excited, and just want to just keep getting better.
So one thing you mentioned a second ago about, when you were like, it's the belt and it's right here and everything. Like when you were watching that fight against Tyron, like were you like surprised? It was like, man, it really was that easy? Like,
yes. And usually, like, I'm not gonna lie, Kamaru does that to everybody, So
he does.
Kamaru
he's done that since he's done that since he started this on this mission. He's done that every fight. That's what he's tried to do.
Yeah.
And it's and when I seen it at first, I thought Tyron, if anything, you the champ, you're gonna come out slugging. When you losing, it's like, okay, you had that clock in your mind that's like, okay, I gotta go right now. I'm losing. I gotta just let it, down my shield. But he never had the gas for it. Kamaru gassed him out so much. I was in disbelief, man. He just went and got that.
I think it shocked everybody.
How much did it pump you up to see Kamaru even not strike him? Because in the fourth round, he bit down the mouthpiece for like the first minute.
Oh, man.
And they traded, and then it went back to what we saw the rest of the pattern of the fight.
He said when he was telling us in the back, he said when I caught him with an elbow, he says when I caught him, I seen his legs. He was out. So it's like, oh man, the light flashed in his mind, like I gotta get him out of there right now. This is the time, because he could tell he was gone. But he said Tyron ate every punch and he was coming. He said Tyron a tough dude. He said he ate every punch, but I was trying to get him out of there. But I wasn't trying to gas myself too, So I had to slow down when I seen Tyron wasn't going nowhere. He said that's why he had to come back down and just keep the pressure on like normal.
Can we get you behind the scenes and get y'all both on? Kamaru's been on here twice. In fact, he came on here a year and a half ago when we first started this and said, I will be champion. So it's kind of crazy.
Oh, man.
So now we gotta get y'all both together so we can get him back up out here.
No, for sure, man.
He don't know what Skype is.
No, for sure. I don't even think he probably used Skype in so long, But I'm in Texas. I'll call him, but that champ life, man. He on the move every day. I can't even get it. I gotta make an appointment.
Hey, what's up? You can get used to it, right?
It's just how it is, but I'm so used to it, man. Just go with the flow.
If he ended up fighting Kobe, how is it going to be to keep personal? I know it's a sport, but that's something that's bigger than sports. So if they put that whole matchup together,
nah, it ain't. We trust. Kamaru gonna go out there and he's gonna always execute. But this is just like some extra fire. Like I'm not just gonna. I'm gonna still do what I do, but the elbow gonna be the elbow. Yes. It's gonna be that punch. Gonna be that double punch. So it's everything is gonna have emphasis into it. We're still gonna be focused. He's not gonna go crazy. He's just gonna make sure he does damage.
Yeah, no doubt, man. No doubt. I can't wait for that. Now, I got to ask you about Fortis MMA, man, because we've had quite a few guys from Fortis on, guys and girls.
Coach Safe.
Coach Safe on recently. And everybody, man, I got to get your take on it because everybody seems to say the exact same thing about that gym culture over there, about how it's like a brotherhood, sisterhood even. And it's just like everybody seems to be on the same page where there's not a lot of words spoken. It's just like a lot of mutual respect for everybody. So what's it like training with those guys, day in and day out?
Man, it's been a blessing, man, because they're so tough. Those guys are like, it's the ultimate team, man. These guys are tough, and these guys are humble, hungry guys, and that's really what it is, man. The team is built up of so humble, just guys that just really are, fighting for their families, fighting for their lives. Coach has built such a team, man, that I can't even explain it. The training, everything is so intense, and coach demands, it's not even demands, it's just we demand it of ourselves for him. The way he coach, it's like football. He make you want to go out there and fight for him. Just like coaches make you want to go out there and play for him. It's not a lot of coaches. Everything is ran through coach, and the way and I feel like a lot of programs, a lot of teams not like that no more. You got all these coaches here and there. There's no teams no more where it's just one coach. And then he has, he'll have you have the wrestling coach here and there, but I'm talking about just that one, just this Coach Saif, it's Coach Safe, and everything falls under him. You know what I mean? So it's I love it, man, and he pushes us, and to limits that I never thought I could, go to. When you think, it's like, man, why am I going? and I'm still going. And then when I get in the fight and I go 3 rounds, it shows, and it's just like, man, okay, I understand why we did that now, what I mean? So I'm like, okay, I'll keep doing that. So I'm excited, man, and I love those guys.
That's dope, man. That's dope. Yeah, that gym culture out there, it seems something special, man, like almost rare in the sport, because there's like other big gyms you hear where guys are just like so compartmentalized and, like the communication isn't there. But like I know
Exactly.
You trained at Rufus Sport a little bit recently, didn't you?
Yeah, before my last fight,
okay,
I went out there for 2 weeks, and I trained out there, man. Anthony Pettis, all those guys, and it's, man, they got a great culture down there too, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, these teams it's crazy when you go train with different teams. You really see that the culture, like, it's a completely different energy, and it's like these, it was wild. And they train, everybody trains, but they train out there too, twice a day.
They got some killers out
all
there.
The way. They twice a day, four times a week, twice a day. I'm like, okay. It's all MMA there, man, and that's how I know Tyron trains there and all those guys. And when I Duke Rufus does a really good job with that team too, and those guys are good, man. I can't tell. Fortis fits me, my style, my mind, how I work. Fortis just fits me in a way where I understand it to a deeper. It's a deeper feeling.
How soon do you think it'll be before we see you in the octagon? Or are you just gonna go take it when it comes?
Man, I just want to take it, like, in this sport, it's so different, man. I just want to take it one fight at a time. I'm 5 fights in right now, and it's like, man, I'm still even learning. I'm still getting just comfortable in the cage. It's like I got all the skills. It's that, but if you ain't comfortable, it's just me getting comfortable. The opponent is there. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. But I gotta get better and get comfortable and just keep growing in the cage.
When you see these guys that are just athletic, just surviving like a Greg Hardy, is that something that inspires you? Like, man, I could do the same thing this cat's doing. He just running through people.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, no, definitely. I watched all those guys. That's nothing, you know what I mean? It didn't surprise me, I'm happy for him, he got an opportunity, and I'm gonna get mine, and I can't wait, I hope he's there, when I get there.
Oh, you will see him.
It'll be fun, man. I can't wait for that one. It'll be fun, but it's definitely all that gonna happen, You just gotta just stay my course and just keep following on my path.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. You mentioned one guy in particular. I don't know if do you watch like all the fights, like all the UFC fights?
Man, just about.
Okay, so what did you think? I mean, you touched on Anthony Pettis. So what did you think about that result last night?
Man, he was built to fight, man. It doesn't surprise me. This man, he done walked on the cage and done some, he done some poetic, you know what I mean? Like, he done Michael Jackson moonwalked on the cage and kicked dude in the head. So, that wasn't even, that was just like, oh, man, Pettis just did what he do.
Yeah.
But what surprised me about him, though, man, he's so much tougher, man.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what I see from him. He bleeding, he's licking his, his mind and went to a different level, and you can see it where he'll take damage and you know what I mean, and just come forward and close and end your day.
Do you think he's doing it because he has to, though, at this stage, since he can't wrestle?
No, I mean, Pettis always could move how he could move, but I feel like he's just adjusted his style because the sport has changed. Back then the sport is different. Like, MMA is the most rapid, changing sport. Like, it's changed. Back then, I was even reading, back then the guys weren't as athletic, it's just a different type of sport. Now that the sport is growing, his style has to change too, because he can't keep fighting like that, because these guys have changed. So it's like, okay, I gotta adjust my style so I can get with these new guys. And he's done a great job.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, one thing is like he's definitely not afraid of anybody. Like I don't like he's been in there
no.
against like the best of the best across 3 weight divisions. So it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah,
He definitely he'll definitely get in there with anybody.
yeah, man, that's wild. And took out a potential contender for Kamaru's belt. So that was big, man. That was huge. And me and Kendrick were talking, or Kendrick brought this up yesterday. He was like, I don't know if he can really contend against some of these other guys though that can wrestle.
He in the wrong division not to know how to wrestle, bro. He in the wrong division.
Hey, you already know. Hey, you already know they coming in. Hey, they did 170 complete, man.
Yeah.
And I saw what RDA
I'm not gonna lie to you, man. It's too much.
When you at the Dallas one, because it was up in Dallas when RDA beat him, and he's nowhere near the fighter your brother, Tyron, or Kobe is. So he don't want them problems. Yeah. He don't want them problems.
Nah, he don't. That's a different beast, man. 170 a different breed. I heard Motown trying to come up too. I heard all these guys trying to come up to 170, man. It's a different beast up there.
Do you think Motown? I think he might actually be suited because he's athletic and young enough.
He's a wrestler too.
And he's a wrestler too. I think he would do better than Pettis.
I think he'll come up there and win.
Yeah.
He might do good, man. He might do good. All these at the end of the day, there's no telling, man. Because your body is something, man. You get up to 170, he can feel invincible. That's what I'm saying. That body, man. The body is nothing, man. But it's a sport, man. Where you just got to just come ready at every time. That's what I love about it. You got to come ready every time.
Yeah, no doubt. Now, did you have a a relationship or meet Tyron's mom as well? Did you ever speak to her?
Oh yeah, no, I was in the back. I was right there, right behind Kamaru when all of that happened, man. Yeah. I gave her a hug. She's a sweet lady, man. It's a blessing, just like my mom.
Exactly.
Yeah, it is crazy because it's like I'm hugging mom.
Yeah.
It's just like it's such a sweet lady, and she's real. That's what makes her so like. It's like I'm real, but I'm sweet. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna keep it all the way real with you. Yeah. And it's like, man, and how she even did Tyron. She was like, he came ready, You did good, but he came ready, Yeah. Just go back and get stronger. And I'm like, okay, she ain't gonna sugarcoat it. And I'm like, that's what you want, man. That's the mom, she's a rock star.
Absolutely, yeah. It reminded me of my mom too, man. Because my mom, like, when I was playing sports in high school and everything, she was like that as well. Like, she'd go up to the guys that beat us or we beat or whatever, tell them good job and all that stuff. But I know as soon as we got in that car, like, why'd you mess up? Like, all that. Why'd you do this and this and this? Like,
You already know.
Yeah. So,
you already know.
That's why I was waiting for. I was like, I want the cameras to follow Tyron's mom when she flips that switch on Tyron.
You already know.
But
she probably do that at the house. She ain't gonna do it right,
Say that for the house.
Yeah.
You do that private,
I know, like I tell about all the time. Kin folks do, kin folk things.
Yeah, you already know.
Yeah, that was crazy, man. That was just a special moment, man. Special night for sure. And I can't wait to see you at that level, man. Because I think you'd be a problem against those guys, man. Because there's not too many of them. Like it's crazy to me because in the heavyweight division at the UFC level, even like I think it's like the most distinct like tiers in the fighters. Like you got your A class, the guys that are fighting for the belt. Then you got like that B level that has like
Walt Harris or somebody like that.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah,
okay. And then you got like the C tier where it's just like, hey, I'm a guy that's here, like to just
exactly.
Like what's your boy that be drinking out the boot?
Oh, Tai Tuivasa.
Bam Bam.
Yeah, Tai Tuivasa.
Yeah,
so,
that's C level.
I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
He laughing for a reason.
Yeah, he is.
But yeah, he's But I mean, you agree with what I'm saying? Though it's like there's real distinct levels in the heavyweight.
It is, man. It is, man. But one thing I can honestly say about those guys, man, I respect every single one of those guys. Because it's at the end of the day, you're there, and that's you're the best in the world, you're the best fighter, one of the best fighters in the world, man. You at the highest level of fighting, so I respect every guy that's on the UFC roster, man, because it's a different, you know, you can put that on your life. You know, that's what I accomplished this. You know, you're one of the best in the world. Those, you know, all those guys are tough, man. But yeah, the skill level there's big differences in that. But you know, every single one of those guys are tough.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, and that's the thing with the heavyweight division. Other weight classes, you can go out there and dominate. Heavyweight, them guys it's one hit, man. It's just one and done with us, man. You know, with 205 is like that, kind of, but man, it's heavyweights, man. It's one and done with us.
That's true.
You know, so you know, so you gotta really come in there and you know and be on your toes.
Yeah. So, like when you're training for like strength and conditioning, like do you like max out on heavyweight, like heavy lifts and stuff like that?
No, not at all. I have a great strength and conditioning coach, man, Coach Barrett. Because I played, you know, from football to this, it's a big change. Because your body has to be like more dynamic. Yeah. You know, you have to, because football you can just be strong, eat whatever you want, and you know you know your movement that you do. This you got to be able to do every movement. You got to be extremely even more flexible than football. You got to be able to do all types of movements, all your ligaments. You know, you got to make sure you're explosive to the point where it's not just big muscle. I have endurance, you know, so I want my muscles to have endurance and I want to last long. So this a different animal, man. I can't lie to you. MMA is, I love it because it's a challenge, a real challenge.
Yeah.
I
was trying to get at, I was wondering like if you could tell everybody like what your max like squat is, because like look at your like it looks like you pick up anybody that's in there with you.
Yeah, man. Last time I squat, it was 685, like just the max, just to you know.
685, no big deal.
Yeah, you say that like it's nothing. 685.
Oh, man, it's that's the last time I even put that heavy, you know, just to feel it, you know. Sometimes it's good to feel it, you know, and I still do it, you know. Like coach, I just gotta feel it. I still got that weight on my back, you know. And then you go down and come up like, okay, yeah, let's go back to doing everything, you know, dynamic again. I got it.
You're being humble about it.
I keep my power.
Being humble about it. Look at you. Being humble about it. I see you're probably being humble because you're like, I've seen somebody lift more.
Yeah, it's always somebody gonna lift more. That's one thing I had to learn, man. There's always somebody gonna run faster, jump hard, lift more. You just gotta just be good with what you got.
Yeah. Like your brother say, I might not be the best striker, I might not be the best wrestler, but I'm best MFer mixing it up.
Yeah, he kept it. He kept it real though. You know, there's guys that strike really good. There's guys, but when it comes to mixing all this stuff, I'm gonna hit you with everything. Absolutely. You know, I'm gonna hit you. You ain't coming to strike with me. You coming to go the whole way. You know, so you know every booking. You know, everything better come ready to go. All your tools better come. You know, sharpened.
Absolutely.
Do you think you have the ability to eventually be, I don't even want to throw his name out there, like John Jones, or why me from this perspective, like you can take people in deep waters and finish them, because that nobody does that in the heavyweight division. Like, you know, like they're going to be there. Mark Hunt to an extent, but he wasn't well-rounded. But there's somebody that, it don't matter what round that they can get you out of there, submission or by knockout. Usually only by knockout in heavyweight. That I'm ready for that one person to come in there. You know you ain't gonna knock him out, and you know he might catch you with something in that 14th minute and win the fight. Like they're always a threat.
Exactly, and it's that's what's exciting about it, because you know when you start seeing your abilities in the cage and you start to realize, okay, I can fight like this. You know, I can do this the whole time. You know, and it's crazy, and that's a testament to my training. When I go in there and you like, man, I just did 15 minutes and I can go another 15, you know? And it's like, okay, and then now it's like I can push the pace. You know, now it's like, okay, I can do 15 minutes, so now I can push that pace because I know I can do 15 minutes. So now I can even get even better. That's why I'm like, I'm getting better every time in the cage because I know I can do it. You know, and then now it's like I'm just going to keep getting better in that element of pushing my pace now. Now it's me versus me, you know. I can go 15, so how fast can I go 15 now? Okay. You know, so it's like, okay, what can I do to mix it up even more, you know, to keep the guy guessing, you know? So I'm just getting better, man, and I'm excited.
So when's the next time we're going to see you in there, man? I know you just fought for Titan just a few weeks ago, or last week, well, on the 15th. So when's the next time? Is it going to be with Titan?
Yeah, my next one is gonna be with Titan or wherever else, my management thinks is the best fit, but the only cost from Titan is UFC,
Right.
so I can't go nowhere else but the UFC from Titan because it's like the sister company of the UFC.
For sure.
So, so I'm excited and I want to get back in there soon, man. Probably late April. May, I want to see if I can possibly get in there late April or May, so if some early, pickups, if somebody drops out, I'm trying to fight, so I told my management that I feel good. I'm ready to get back in there as soon as possible.
Oh, man. Well, we're excited to see it, man. We can't wait for it.
Definitely want to have you on then. We better have your coach on, like in the next couple of minutes. Yes, him hit me up now.
Right. Yeah, man.
Yeah, you already know, man. Hey, my coach is awesome, man. He does. I love just mixing it up with him, and he just keeps getting better and better and better. And I'm just excited, because it's like you playing with more tools, and then I just love his barrage of tools. It's an unlimited supply, and I just love getting better and just learning and just trying new things, and that's the sport. You throw something at you and I can do it. Oh, you can do a flying knee. Okay, I'm gonna do this all the time. So it's like so I love it. And I just keep getting better and just growing. And I really appreciate all my coaches, man, and they help me in the best way, the major way.
If our question for me before we let you go, well, you want people to know that the only thing they know about you is that you fight a little bit and you world champion Kamaru Usman's brother. What do you want them to know about Mohammed Usman?
Oh man, this is a different element. I'm the motor. I played football before I did this. I wrestled too. They can check the credentials. So we've been putting in work for a long time. Just because I switched over, football, it's like, he's a football. No, I'm an MMA fighter now. And I'm a problem too. If they want to know something, just know that I'm a problem too. I'm gonna come ready to go every time. And and I can't wait. This journey gonna take me all the way to the top, man. And I'm excited.
Boom.
Hey, hopefully 2.5, 3 years from now, we'd be like, he was on episode 93, trying to tell y'all.
Oh man, yeah, man. Trust me, we gonna look back, man. We're gonna look back and say, oh man. Because it's gonna be a heck of a ride, man, and I'm just gonna wake up every day and just living my moment, just living it, man. Because I feel like it's showing me the way, So when everything just is unfolded in front of you, you just gotta live in the moment.
Absolutely. There he is, guys, Mohammed Usman. If you have Fight Pass, check out his last fight against Frank Tate on Fight Pass. He was on Titan FC 53. And, of course, we look to see him back in action again very, very soon. Mohammed, thanks for the time, man. We greatly appreciate you coming on the show, brother.
Man, thank you guys for having me, man. And I'll definitely be back in touch base with you guys, man. You guys are family.
Appreciate it, man.